Figure Fight Club. We're repping the crew, battle on the floor. It's me and you, pose them up right. Let the showdown begin. In this action figure world, we're destined to win. Got my action force, they ready to strike. Transformers roll out, they're ready for the hype. Marvel and DC, heroes in the ring with every epic. Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where collectors come to...
What's up, Figure Fight Club fans? Soon as Figure Fight Club hits 2,500 subs, they are giving away this baby right here, a pink Vanguard, limited to only 50. It's already signed by me, not that that matters. So once you get to 2,500, giving it away. So this is gonna go to one lucky winner as soon as Figure Fight Club hits 2,500 subs.
Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where collectors come to play. Discussions from relevance to hot toys shaped by collecting weight. Pour a drink for yourself, collect your thoughts. Join us on this journey and action-packed talks. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any drink will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, oh, oh, oh. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, oh, oh, oh. Raise your drinks up high and let's cheers. You're among collectors and like-minded peers. From stores to conventions, we take you backstage, exploring figures from modern day to the Stone Age. From the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any drink will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, oh, oh, oh.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us here tonight on Figure Fight Club. I am your host, Abi, and I'm very excited for our show tonight because we have an excellent guest. He's going to be awesome. But before we get to him, let's go ahead and bring out my co-hosts. Because there's some cool people too. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
Hello.
I will never get tired of that.
It's so catchy.
I know, I love that song. It's a great song. But we are joined by one more person, so let's just go ahead and bring him out because I've been wanting to talk to him for a hot minute. Some may say he's elite, or he's all elite. Wait,
what about a legend?
He could be a legend.
Legendary elite?
Legendary elite. I'll take it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the elite legend. Well, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, guys?
Yeah? You doing good?
Doing
I
good.
feel like I should have dressed up.
No. T-shirts.
No.
T-shirts and shorts are good, right?
I'm not wearing any pants.
Oh, this was the pants off stream? Shit.
I got my chalas on.
Can you reach that figure behind you that's hanging off the shelf? I feel like it's almost about to fall. Elite. You gotta stand up for it.
Oh, that's so dirty. So dirty. It's so dirty.
This guy said he's not wearing any pants. I figured, let's see. It's all about the ratings.
Trying to get
you know that. You're a wrestling guy.
It's like, did you see Elite Legends Wang on Figure Fight Club? No way.
You doing good though, man?
I'm doing good. Feeling good. Glad to be on.
How's the weather in Chicago right now?
Actually, we started getting some good weather finally. We had a cold front for the last week or so, but starting to turn around.
Okay.
Means the crime rate's going to go up.
Oh, yeah.
When you have the Elite Legend, you never know. It might be for a limited time. I've managed to survive quite a few Chicago summer shooting seasons. You never know when it might be the last. So this might be the last appearance.
Well, hopefully you're in a nice and secure area right now.
55 degrees and 35-mile-an-hour winds. That's what you call a Sunday afternoon in Chicago.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 55 degrees, and then the next day you could have 80. Snow by Sunday. You never know what's going on.
It's
in
back
the
to
city.
80 on Monday.
Yeah.
I've been to Chicago a few times, so I understand. Do you live near that giant like statue? That
No.
very shiny one?
No, the bean.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a bean, right? I
Yeah.
remember looking at it and touching it and washing my hands furiously because probably a lot of people touched it.
When you
Or other
come to
things.
Chicago, you got to lick the bean if you're from out of town.
No thanks, I'm good. Now, I don't know what you guys Chicago people are holding and touching and licking, so you got to be careful, man. It's Chicago.
Yeah, you do.
But welcome to the show. You and I have been chatting for quite a bit, and figured it was time to get you on finally. And we set a date far away, and now it's here. So I'm glad you were able to make it, and hopefully you don't get robbed during the show. It would really suck.
Ramona's standing guard. She's
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah,
It's
she's
even
there.
better. She's there. Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Just making sure. Before I was going to start talking about the pickups and stuff, but before we do that, let's go ahead and highlight this guy over here.
Laser Pants wants to talk about the weather some more. He's interested.
Ugh. Laser pants.
Who let that?
Oh,
get
good.
in?
I was hoping you guys would talk about the weather. It's so interesting. I mean, Laser Pants is from a state called Washington State.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's nothing fun ever over there. He's probably the most funnest
Look-
thing in Washington.
That's
probably
not
Little
saying
known fact, he the lasers he uses it for his pants are the ones from that weather control facility up there in Washington. So that's why he's so interested in the weather.
Yeah,
Mm.
but thank you for the $5 super chat, Laser Pants. I appreciate that. I'll play a video for you.
Hey guys, make sure to check out Figure Fight Club.
Thank you again, Laser Pants. And he wants to know, is there a higher pressure system moving in from the north? I think his pressure just moved up a little bit, so it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We're good. Let's go back to you because it's about you, not about Laser Pants. Sorry, Laser Pants. So Elite Legend, thank you for being on the show. We'd like to start with pickups generally. So, do you have any pickups to showcase or show off?
Actually, I do.
Yeah, let's do it.
As you know, we talk about wrestling sometimes, so I have Ultimate Edition Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
So you haven't opened that yet, I'm assuming.
No, I have not opened it yet.
Okay. I was always curious how that figure was, to be honest, because I have an Elite version, and I don't know if I want to get this one because I don't really need too many Drew McIntyres in my collection.
I have a rule with Elites. I only get you if you're a champion or a prominent character. So I have the Elite also, but $35 you can't go wrong. He has his soft goods kilt. He has the entrance attire, so I figured I'll sell the other or use it for a custom.
Can I ask you another question on that? The statement you just said. You said champion. What champion? Any championship? Like,
well, world champions, like world champion, undisputed champion. You got to be like a main champion.
but did you get Dusty?
Yeah, but he's was a WCW champion.
I guess.
And
Okay, that makes
if you're a legend, because there are some legends like the Coliseum collection. You got Roddy Piper.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense too. Yeah.
Legendary characters, you're gonna get grandfathered in. But if you're a current modern guy, you got to be a former champion.
I have a feeling Dusty probably would have been a special case, anyways.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah, I mean he's the classic. I mean 100%. But he said champion. I was like, wait, Dusty was never a champion. But I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
Just
in the NWA, he was world champion 3 times.
That's NWA. Yeah, NWA. But I didn't
Stone
know
Cold.
Oh, that's a new one. How is that one?
Oh hell yeah!
I heard it was more built.
$35. You get 3 head sculpts, soft goods, additional hands. A lot more bang for your buck than what you pay for Maximum in another line.
Is that the one that comes with the cooler chest and the
no,
beard?
that there is one though. That's it's the lower tiered one.
Yeah,
Man, I need that cooler chest. I'm on the look.
Yeah, I saw that at Walmart the other day.
Then we have
Finn
the
Balor.
Finn Balor chase.
Nah. Oh, they do chases for Mattel Ultimates.
Occasionally, they'll
so-
have a chase for each line. The standard edition is black and white. I like this one better. It's normally, like, Finn Balor was a champion. Normally, I wouldn't get Ultimate of him, but the one that I wanted, a complete Judgment Day, pretty much cost the same amount as this one. So I saw it in store and picked it up.
They have the demon version of that too. Of
Yeah,
yeah,
that
which
one
is a really
was-
good one.
Yeah, that one you got to pick up in secondary market. I'm not ready to pay $100 for it yet, but I do have one surprise.
Ooh.
I have the Maximum Spider-Man.
Oh,
I've been sitting on this
Oh.
one for a little bit. I was going to review it, but I decided
It's
not to.
so beautiful.
Yeah, you love it. Unfortunately, I only got one. But like, for comparisons, you got 3 heads,
Yeah.
a jacket, a shirt, swappable arms, ultimate articulation. $34, $32 if you get it at Walmart.
So is that a Figure Fight Club exclusive? Seeing Elite Legends has a Maximum Spider-Man.
It
I think
is.
so.
News
You know-
breaking.
Chili Thing is gonna call you probably later tonight.
You just wanted it for that sperm load, didn't you?
When I saw Toy Gains and the Spider Splooge, I was like, I'm gonna need that.
He kept telling me, like Chili kept telling me that you're gonna turn, and I was just like, I don't think he will, bro. And he was like, he's gonna come
One
to
of
like
us. One
the
of
Hasbro
us.
side.
I have literally every other Spider-Man. I figured I'd get it. It's not a bad looking figure. I just don't think it's worth $50. But
Yeah, 100%.
Hasbro's a little shady, and they realize that you can't just go pick up a Spider-Man for less than $50. So they're like, fuck it, we're gonna sell it for $50, and we're gonna get away with it. And
So
it's
when
not
you
a-
open that, I'm curious to see how your review would be of it compared to that one right behind you. I see over your shoulder.
oh,
He's not going to fall for that trick twice, Hobby. You're not going to get him to stand up with no pants on.
I actually do have one right behind the shoulder. That's the
He
Virginia
does.
Vow. Yeah, but
That's a good one though. Do you have Maximum Hulk?
no, unfortunately, I don't.
Not yet.
Who knows? You never know.
It's probably hiding below your table right now, isn't it?
Oh, there's something Maximum hiding below the table. My cat Coco.
I thought we were going to talk about something else for a second because you are pantless right now. So
The Elite Legend understands that it's a family show. Ramona's not. She's
Wait.
within a ear distance. So
Okay. We're a family show. Oh, good. Anything else you picked up?
no, that's all that I have for now. I have I picked up some things on eBay, but they're older. I've been trying to fill gaps on my WWE collection.
Oh, dude, you should be my old co-host Brandon, Illustrated Figs. He's been on Whatnot selling his WWE stuff right now,
Oh, wow.
and he's got like a lot of the old bangers and stuff, and he's doing it from really cheap.
Oh,
So
nice.
definitely check him out on Whatnot.
We got a show to do, Abby. He's gonna bail out here in about 5 minutes now.
He's not going on
Oh,
tonight.
man, the missus is calling. I gotta go. Bye, kids.
Exactly. No. Let's jump over to Talib. Do you have anything, Talib?
I got a couple things. So I went to Walmart today, and my son's been asking for more blockies. So I picked up a blocky for me and him, and then we built them together. So he wanted me to show off his Iron High blocky, and then I got Wheeljack.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
nice.
I'm missing
So-
that Wheeljack. I'm glad you can find them.
Yeah, these are the Transformers one versions, and then so I did a review on something that I got this week, and it went up today, and it's Maximum
Oh.
Big titty.
Maximum Booby Hulk.
You gotta bite his breastises, so Elite
I don't
Legend
want to put
can
teeth
get
marks in it.
I love the colors. That's why they're so sneaky. They give us the colors that we've been wanting: the brighter pink pants or purple pants, whichever, and the bright green skin. It's very
So that-
shady what they do.
So as I've said before, like I showed this off Tuesday, so this is my first Marvel Legends Hulk. Like I'm barely in
Oh, wow.
Marvel Legends, so it worked for me.
Yeah, exactly. They know that because you can't go on the secondary market and pay less than $50, $60. So
Right.
they know that they're going to get you. It's not
So
a bad figure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing with it. It's fun.
Do
It
you-
moves how I want. It
Mhm.
does what it needs to do. It's got nice titties. So
Nice and squishy.
Dan's asking does he have double fisting action?
I mean, I'd have to put the fist on, but he could double fist anything you would like.
Okay, good.
Here's his
You want to show us the sample?
fisties.
Somewhere in the distance.
That makes me wonder. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes me wonder if Hasbro's actually paying attention to the secondary market.
Oh, definitely.
I thought this was
Oh, yeah.
one of the lamest things they put in it, though. I could care less about the effects, but
Is it
the way
smash
that
effect?
yeah, I mean, in the way that they did the shit they revealed yesterday, it shows that's what they're kind of going with. I guess is the video game thing.
Yeah.
Is
Marvel
that
versus
splooge?
Capcom.
Is that a different type of splooge?
Well, I mean, it looks like splooge right now because it's coming off of his hand, but it's just it's a swoosh. Swoosh.
The
You
high
can turn that
viscosity.
around. Does it turn around? You can get the. And then, hey, with your maximum
There you go.
Spider-Man, you've got the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta.
You just completed the set.
And at first, I thought this face was just hokey as could be, and it's
That's
still
my
kind of
favorite.
it still kind of is. But they did really good with the inkjet printing on the eyes. If that's what they do, I don't want to sound like a toy manufacturer, but the same thing with this head sculpt. The eyes just look. I wish I had a better camera and could zoom into it better. But the eyes, I think they did a really
think
good job
that's-
on.
Do you think that's new tooling?
I don't know. Is it? It's my first Hulk.
So
This guy-
the head. Go ahead. Finish.
Smashed my cherry.
The heads on that Hulk just remind me of the mask from.
Oh, yeah.
For like the villain from the mask, who when he put the mask on finally, I was just like, dude, I could use that head for like a custom.
Mhm.
And if I knew Toy Games was going to show up and give us a super chat, I would have shined my
It's-
head a little bit better.
Because you said something about soft poke.
Oh, I was
titties.
talking about
Of course
titties, right?
Gaines is
He
going to
said
show
titties,
up.
and he shows up, right?
It's the fucking gain signal, man. Titties.
It is the. I actually did shine my head. Can you? It sparkles a little bit. Can you see
Oh,
that?
damn.
Because
we were shining
Jerk's
our head
got
tonight.
no. Gaines has got booby 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 boo. No, is that? Nah, never mind.
But yeah, that's all. That's all I got. I mean, I guess this counts too. I
Oh,
showed this
right.
off. I showed this off Tuesday. I beat 3 other guys on LP's
Trivia.
trivia. God, it was horrible.
Got mine.
That is such a great figure.
We were so bad at trivia. You would think 80s trivia and being born in 1980, I know a few things. I just knew things better than the other 3 guys. What was it? Woody, Jersey Maniac, and who was the? Oh, and Frankie.
Frankie.
Poor Frankie. He's like 35, 34. Like he didn't know anything. He was struggling. He got a couple of them. He got a couple softball questions, but that was a fun night. If
When the bear is chasing you, you ain't got to be fast. You just got to be faster than the person behind you.
right.
No. Toy Gates, thank you very much for that $4.99 super chat. You get a video.
Look at that. A tasty, tasty super chat. Thank you so much for the love.
And
The
before
Elite
we
Family Channel.
very family.
Elite appreciates it.
That's all I
Kanan
have for sure.
with the 666 super chat. Ramona's into the stream.
What up?
Ramona!
I should just leave it there. But thank you very much to Kanan for the 666. And I will play this devilish person here. There you go. That's for you, Zakanan.
Oh, the worst one. I'm just glad to see Zakanan was able to come in with a super chat because he's not busy streaming tonight. Thanks,
Right?
Zakanan.
The transparent collector.
He is. I'm going to go next because I don't have much to show off, which is surprising. Actually, most of my shit's coming tomorrow, so Tuesday. I got a little camera. It's really cheap, and I'm going to test it out tomorrow when I go to a toy show. So I'm excited to test it out.
Now, does that have a
Uh,
gimbal on it?
DJI.
Yeah, it's like a built-in gimbal and
Nice.
Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all that fun stuff. And it,
Yeah, I
you
think
know,
Mrs. Laserpants let him get his too. So
I saw his too, and I was excited. And then thanks to our buddy Max over here, I got Blanca. Thank you very much.
somebody's got to supply Hobby Express.
Hey,
Exactly. Zakanan also actually hooked me up with Sagat and Blanca, so I appreciate you, Zakanan. This is also from Max. Thank you for the pickup, because I live in an area where there's too many damn collectors, and I don't get shit when I go to the store. And then I got this as well. I can't read what it says because it's in a different language, but the words, at least in English, say long. So, or lung, but it's 112.
I mean, she does have
looks
long legs. That's for sure.
She does, actually. It comes with a shit ton of accessories, which is really dope. There you go. You can see all that. Like, it has a lot of stuff in there, actually. It was a pretty big ass box. I was surprised. And it's actually pretty dope. It's a good looking figure. Yeah, but that's really all I got.
That's a light week.
A very light week. Very light week. But before we shift over to Max, I want to give a big shout out to Toyomic Displays, gifted 5-figure Fight Club memberships. Thank you very much.
Who
It
got
went
those
to
memberships?
Yojo Jerk, Paul
damn.
Morales, Plastic Boy Wonder, Pokey 87, and Brendan Higgins.
Is that
Welcome to
Pokey
the.
or Pookie?
It's Pokey.
And all that got those, make sure to join us in the members only after this.
We're doing a members only right after this. We're going to be doing some giveaways on that show. And then welcome to the crew. And then Toyomic Displays is going to be in the members only as our crew spotlight after this show. So definitely go check him out. It'll be a fun show. And then Stu, thank you so much for the 222 super chat. Friday is a great time for some clean and mature chat. I appreciate that, Stu.
Right?
Stu is the best. He's in almost every stream. He supports.
He is a big supporter of many people, and we appreciate you, Stu. And he won last week, actually.
That's right.
He won last week in the members only giveaway stuff. So, and he did get his item, I believe. At least I hope he did, from what I remember. But again, appreciate you, Stu, and play the video.
Hey guys, don't forget to check out Figure Fight Club.
Thank you very much, Stu. And now we're going to jump over to Max. What'd you get, Max?
Oh, hi. I didn't notice you there.
Get off your phone, bro.
Too busy making a
Stu was
TikTok.
talking. So I've got my Hobby Express delivery, and yeah.
So did your
Yeah,
guys'
that's
toys? Does your guys' toys cancel each other out? Did you still have to send funds?
No, I don't even keep track.
We sent funds. It was also at the different
do-
time. Too.
I do know that life lesson learned: just don't send your wife to ship the box, because she's just like, "Here's the box, do whatever you want with it," and he's just like, "All right."
Literally got his
shipping it is.
Yeah, too much in 2 days.
She got
Like I'd have sent that shit by fucking Inuit fucking dog sled. If it saved me $5.
Who would have thought the U.S. Postal Service would have taken advantage of somebody shipping a product?
God, man, I think he got his delivered by Pinkerton or Briggs or whatever that delivery armored vehicle is.
Mm-hmm.
Brinks?
I am. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I have been waiting on this guy. I have got, this is, I'm not going to open it yet because that is for this coming Thursday. I am going to panel line the shit out of this dude. And I'm fairly certain it will upset Bobby. But this is a great figure. I got 3 more coming. So that's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, you want to talk about the my porta potty? The Cobra issue porta potty.
I
This is the porta potty that Cobra issue.
mean, technically, it's a pickup.
It is a pickup.
It's really neat. It's based off that throne from
Star Wars.
one of those 3 movies that I refuse to admit exist. But this thing.
Oh, you're talking about the last 3.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this. Listen to this, kids. You want to hear something? Listen. It's got that slap. I don't know who made this for you, Abby, but this is fantastic. I love this thing. It's got the trays that come out. It's got another one. Whoever put this together, I really like. I'm not a huge fan of 3D printing because most of it looks like it was 3D printed. Whoever made this, man, they need to open up a storefront because this thing really looks injected molding and just I may be having a seizure. Yeah, you know what I meant. It's and I guess somebody shit some gold bricks and sent them my way. So yeah, but this is fantastic. You need to holler at your boy and tell him I need some more. So you've got little handles, so their little hands can carry that big heavy box around. But yeah, tell your boy to get a hold of me. We need to do some talking.
I'll make that happen.
That's
no
nice.
worries. Got you.
So,
all right. Let's change course. So we talked about the pickups, and now we're going to focus on our guest over here. Now, traditionally, we like to ask a bunch of questions right off the bat. So who are you? What do you collect? What do you like? What do you dislike? And how long have you been collecting?
Okay. So I have been collecting as an adult right around the time when Marvel Legends came out. I was collecting Toy Biz Marvel Legends. Then I started collecting WWE Classic Superstars. I got into the 25th anniversary G.I. Joes, and then those disappeared. But mainly it was Marvel Legends. I kept collecting WWE. During the pandemic, I picked up a lot of McFarlane, but I kind of burned out on those because I wanted the classic characters. So and now we get the classics the last couple years as the line's coming to a close. So that's kind of.
So you've been picking those up too, then?
No, I didn't.
No, you haven't. Okay.
I don't like the 7
all the things Uncle the Todd father's been holding on to for 5 years. He's just now getting them out of his closet.
During the pandemic, it was hard to find anything. So and the McFarlane stuff was there. So it kind of, when you're collecting, it's an addiction. So he was able to keep the product out there on the shelves. So I was happy to buy it up. Got into classified, and I wasn't really welcomed by the classified community, to say the least.
Why?
You didn't like my reviews.
Oh.
I watched a lot of your classified reviews. I always thought they were fun. I really did, make mine Cobra. It.
Yeah, those were fun. The dirty milk water, Storm Shadow kind of rubbed people the wrong way. And also, I wasn't a fan of the Snake Eyes Origin movie, and
no, we don't talk about that movie. That it doesn't exist.
It's so well.
We're on a different timeline.
Who's Snake Eyes?
So I was
Depends on what
collecting
version.
the classified. I had everything. I had all the classified figures. I had all the exclusives, and I just realized that I didn't. I was nostalgic about the characters, but when I had them in my hand, I'm like, I don't really feel anything for these. And they weren't scratching that itch. And then I found some of my OG 3 3/4, the Lord scale, as Chad would say, and I felt all the nostalgia. Then I started shopping on eBay, and I'm getting these in hand, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is what I wanted to feel when I was collecting classified, and I wasn't feeling it. Certain things have to be in a certain scale. Like I could get the nostalgia itch from a wrestling figure, like Dusty. This is the character that I grew up watching, so I get the nostalgia itch from this. But when I'm holding a 6-inch classified, I just feel nothing.
Yeah.
So
You know,
oh, go ahead, Max.
I was just gonna say I totally understand that. As a kid, man, I was a spoiled little bitch. I had so many 3 3/4 scale, and I don't have any of them left. So when classified came around, it was like, okay, if I'm gonna have a complete collection, this is probably the only way I'm ever gonna be able to afford it. So it wasn't really a nostalgia book, but I totally get exactly what you're saying. I don't feel even with my classifieds. I love them, but not like my old GI Joes were. That 100%.
It wasn't until like, I don't know, a couple years into the line when they started to make them look more like traditional Joes. That's what piqued me. Oh, yeah. But what I was wanting to ask, Elite, when you first started collecting classified, you already had Marvel Legends, so you kind of knew what a Hasbro 6-inch figure felt like. Mm-hmm. And now, as I'm slowly getting into Marvel Legends, I'm like, they feel so fucking different. Why?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know who has that answer, but did you notice that as well?
Oh yeah, I started to notice a difference in Marvel Legends when I was trying to do a top 10 Marvel Legends for, I believe, 2022. And I couldn't come up with a top 10. I had like a top 20, and I'm like, none of these are standing out. And I started realizing that the plastic felt different. If the plastic felt cheaper, there was less paint, and I'm paying more now. You know, they started gradually raising the prices in 22. Inflation. And that's when I kind of took a turn for the dark side. I still kept collecting because I have such an expansive collection. You know, I feel like I'm in too deep to stop, so I'm just going to voice my displeasure. So you're going to hold the gun to my head. I'm going to buy it, but I'm not going to like it. So that's when I started to, because if you watch my old videos with Marvel Legends, one guy started commenting. He started watching all my old videos, and he's like, "It's so weird to see the Elite Legend excited about Marvel Legends." You would think that I was a shill at that time, even though I paid for everything. But I was satisfied with what I was getting. I was paying $18-20, and I was getting a character that I could put into my collection. I want to have a big, expansive universe, and I don't want to pay a lot of money for it. But when I'm paying more and I'm getting less, that's when I'm starting to get pissed off about it. And then you see G.I. Joe classifieds, and they have more deco. They have more accessories. For the time when they first came out, they felt better. And you're like, I'm getting this for the same price. What's going on here? And then you start to feel like you're being gouged by Hasbro with the Marvel Legends. So I get what you're saying about how they feel like they're two completely different companies, but they're under the same umbrella.
Well, I mean, but in a way though, like G.I. Joe is owned by Hasbro, so there's no licensing involved, but Marvel is not now. So, they're paying a pretty penny for it. So,
but at the same time, you're making a 6-inch figure that could have similar proportions, and they don't intermingle. I don't know if that's like a rule in Hasbro, they can't do that, or if that's something Disney made them sign, that these figures have to be like they can't share things. I don't know if it goes deep in a contract.
Oh yeah, that. Disney got them by the short hairs. But you look at like with classified, you look at the retro line, which is what they should have just put out to begin with. Like those new Cobra Vipers, fantastic. Where the fuck was that 3 years ago? With your off-color shit with one set of hands and a rifle that didn't match anything. That's when I start getting pissed. But I love my classifieds. I will still buy them because I'm a dumbass. But
It is actually truly
I-
inspiring how much he buys classified, and then every time he opens it in front of us, he complains about it the entire time.
and I will, and I'll keep doing it. And I'll keep playing with them. But you know, I used to bitch about 3 3/4. I'm the old fart in the room. I remember these same complaints when 3 3/4 was changing up. You'd have a series change up, and you're like,
Yeah, and that's the kick in the nuts. This is stuff we love, and you don't want to feel bad about things that you enjoy, but it happens sometimes.
Just buy better toys.
That's where my third-party Transformers come in, Abby. That's my number one love.
Just buy better toys. That's all. Yeah, I mean, granted, they'll cost a lot more money, but they're better.
Yeah.
But it just really depends, man. I mean, I get where you're coming from too, because you have a big collection of it too, and you don't want to. Changing lines is a pain in the ass. I mean, I've done it quite a few times myself, so I understand that.
I mean, look at you know, and Elite. Let me ask you this: so Hasbro, especially Marvel Legends, is notorious for never finishing a squad. So, like, am I wrong?
You're on mute, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Bring back that beautiful voice. Get it? They're notorious for never finishing a squad.
Yeah, it's
So if
frustrating.
you're 3/4 into that Marvel Legends squad, and all of a sudden they start the whole squad over
With no
with
pins.
a whole new look, with no pins this time, and they're starting with the one character you want, and now you got to rebuy all the ones that you already have to match the new one that just come out. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed about.
But you know, Talib was making a point about this earlier too. Then we had a discussion about. You want to bring that up, Talib?
You mean like Tuesday when I was talking about Transformers, they do these incremental improvements just to get you to buy the next one?
Well, it's also like for New Blood, right? Like there's constant people coming in and out of the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the quote that Jeff Johns said about comic books: every comic book is somebody's first comic book.
Yeah,
I can't remember who gave him that. I don't know if it was Richard Donner told him that. It was in an interview. So
Feel bad for this generation.
right. So that's probably
These kids
part
don't
of
know
it.
Who Richard Donner is?
Right. Well, that's probably part of it too. Is they're trying to get new blood into this, and they say they don't act like they care about the guys that built their company or whatever from all their collections.
yeah.
They definitely pay attention to the secondary market. They see what something's going for. They know that you have no other alternatives. So that's why you've been seeing a lot of the figures that they've released. But it's frustrating when you see a brand new stream and they show off all these figures, but they still haven't finished off a team. And now you're getting a Marvel versus Capcom. And I guarantee you they won't finish that. They'll move on to something else. And you want to finish something off, and here's another Wolverine. And the biggest slap in the face was, remember how they didn't get the Maximum Hulk? They had to do the little soft titty overlay for him because apparently Hulk is too big to get butterfly joints, but we see an even bigger Juggernaut. What the fuck? You know, and
with butterfly joints.
With butterfly joints.
That's a good looking Juggernaut too. I like my Marvel villains.
What are we thinking?
He's definitely. He's gonna be $70 all
100.
I'm thinking $70, and
I'm thinking 70. Yeah,
the colors don't pop for me, but that's fine because they'll do another one with a brighter color scheme. And
but that's how they get you. You got to do the shitty one first, and then people will buy it, and then you'll release it with the right colors and something like a different accessory, and then people will buy that one because it's a little different.
Well, that's been Hasbro's operating system. I mean, remember when Rakondo first came out? They released Tiger Force first. Nobody wants Tiger Force Rakondo. You haven't even got us the mainline Rakondo. You're giving us Tiger because they knew that it was going to peg warm.
because
And
it
it
had
did.
it had to fill an exclusive slot, so that's what they did.
Yeah.
We'll get
Hey.
Target to pay for this, and then down the road, we'll put it in the main line.
Who's Wakanda?
Yeah. I swear to God.
He
I
looks
do
like
not just I just do that to fuck with him, Max, because he gets so mad about it. Damn, it wasn't even me that time.
he just hit the I'm out. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Well, I want to say a big shout out to Clayton over here becoming a new YouTube member for the Figure Fight Club channel. Make sure to tune in afterwards. We are joined by Toyomic Displays, and we're going to be doing a giveaway on that stream. Welcome to the crew, and I have a video for this somewhere.
Thank you guys for becoming a member. All of you are stealing my heart. I wonder how Bats would feel about that, though.
Clayton, welcome to the crew, bro. Appreciate it.
So, kind of another question about the Marvel versus Capcom stuff.
Mhm.
Elite, knowing that you still have once from the Marvel Legends line, and then you see this shit that's coming out, knowing you're probably might even dip on 20% of it, if in any of it, do you kind of feel a little bit better that you won't have to spend money on all this stuff and put it elsewhere in the collection?
It kind of, but just like I ended up picking up the Spider-Man, you look at the 2-packs. That's an upgraded Psylocke. I don't want the other figure that it comes with.
No.
Then you got the Captain
Horny
America. That's my
Thanos.
favorite character.
You don't want Thanos? I was
You don't
going to
want-
make you a deal. I was going to say, listen, if you find it, give me the Psylocke and you keep Thanos, and I'll pay you for the Psylocke.
Wasn't that a Target
You know
exclusive?
how many-
Well,
You know how many Thanoses are going to be on the secondary market?
Oh,
You're going to
man.
be able to give them things away.
Yeah, I don't want horny Thanos. But I want the Psylocke, the Captain America Venom pack. I got a lot of Venoms. I don't have a blue one. So Blue Chew Venom, Captain America is my favorite character. If I see it, I'm going to buy it.
yeah.
The Juggernaut, I'm not going to. I'm more than likely going to get that. Then we got the Gargantos. I'm going to get that. Put it
Oh,
with-
yeah. 100%.
So I'm
Is
probably
that
gonna end up being
the
80%.
alien looking one?
Oh,
And
80%.
the price is
Okay.
gonna be high. I'm sure the price is going to be high.
Damn, 80%. I thought you were going to go lower than that.
Yeah.
Well, is that just from the Capcom versus Street Fighter? Or, sorry, Capcom versus Marvel?
I'll get the Capcom versus Street Fighter stuff. I'm not going to get any of the Fantastic Four other than Pedro to complete the Holy Trinity. He's gonna feature prominently with MCU Namor and Shang-Chi and the little dumpster that I used to keep on my display stand. So they'll join Riri Williams and America Chavez, and there'll just be a nice full little dumpster fire on my review station.
The Ollie's exclusive review station.
I must be alone because I kind of like those Fantastic Four figures. Everything else has been shit except for listen, it's MCU, so you know it ain't gonna be what you want. Those things ain't for us. They ain't made for us in any way, shape, or form.
But it's not made for anyone. Like, I don't know who it's made for. It's for an audience that doesn't exist.
Hey, calm down. I collected MCU Marvel Legends.
And you're selling them all. You're selling them all, Abby.
Where they at, Abby?
They're up there somewhere. It's most of them. I don't know. I used to. So when I got into Marvel Legends, I was only doing the movie stuff because that's what I really enjoyed. Like I wasn't an avid comic book reader, so it wasn't like I had some of that. I had a lot. I buy a lot, so I had a lot of them, but I wasn't. It didn't do anything to me because I wasn't a comic book dude. I was a big fan of Psylocke growing up as a kid, so that was like one of my favorite X-Men characters. So I tried to buy all the Psylocks I could find, but that was hard as shit to do. So
I think have they ever made a good comic book Marvel Legends Fantastic Four? Everyone I've seen has been shit.
The Walgreens exclusives were decent. The retro carded ones were not that great, but They were the blue and white that I wanted, so obviously I got them all. But we don't have definitive maximum Fantastic Four.
Oh.
But we'll get them eventually, and it'll cost you $200 to complete the team.
Could you imagine that maximum Fantastic Four box set?
Oh man, that would be. I'd pay if that was like a SDC exclusive. I'd pay up for it. If it was, you know.
Them assholes would put that shit behind a paywall like that. That's
And they should, because every single one of you will buy it.
Yeah.
You really would.
I would probably do that. Fantastic Four was, I mean, they did the. I don't understand why we don't. They did the Dragon Man, and that was a good looking figure. It's 3 pounds of plastic, but it's a good looking figure.
I want that. I want that Malice infected Sue Storm outfit from like the 90s, done in plastic figure form.
Oh yeah, but they won't do that.
No, it's too
it'll
sexy.
offend their sensibilities.
So, I'm going to move the topic along from Marvel Legends for a second. Do you collect any other lines minus Marvel Legends and like the Classified and the McFarlanes you kind of mentioned? Do you do anything more like Mezcos or?
One of my rules is the price point. I want a big collection. I don't want to pay more than like $20, which is not possible anymore. But I did collect Diamond Selects. I had a pretty big collection of Diamond Selects. I collect the bigger characters. I collect them for the base pieces. Love Diamond Select. May they rest in peace. I only have like 2 Mezcos. I have classic Harley Quinn, which is Ramona's, The Crow, 89 Batman.
Sorry.
Oh man, really?
I admire them, but $100, I can't pay $100 for a figure. I just can't. I could afford it, but I just can't justify it.
Yeah.
And then when you're
I get where you're coming from, for sure.
Yeah, and also like you said earlier, buy better figures, which is obviously it makes sense. You want a better collectible, you're going to have to pay up for it. But if you're like me and you want to build a universe, you can't build a universe with Mezco. You could build like an MCU universe with Mezco. I mean, not Mezco, like Mafex. You could build a MCU universe. You could build the main characters from X-Men, but you're not going to get the B characters. Villains.
Yeah,
you're not going to get you're not going to get like a
bunny
this
girl
dude right here. This guy, you're not going to get him.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to pay $100 for this dude.
I love that guy. I just want the head. I don't give a shit about the rest of it.
Yeah, so to answer the question, I Diamond Select. I still collect classic GI Joe, the 3 3/4. I'm still building that collection. I still collect vintage TMNT, Ghostbusters. I'm still I collect vintage mainly, aside from Marvel Legends and WWE.
Yeah.
Did you pick up the new 6-inch and the new 4? No way, they did a 4-inch Ghostbusters.
I picked up the re-releases. The re-releases. I put them in my firehouse. But
so you like the animated?
Yeah, the animated
Ghostbusters.
Animated real Ghostbusters.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was so good back in the day.
Yeah, that Ninja Turtles, Dick Tracy, anything that I had when I was a kid. That's basically what I search for on eBay.
So, do you buy a lot in stores, or you prefer like eBay or things like that? Because if you're going after older stuff, I'm assuming you're going to eBay and the third party sellers. Yeah.
For older stuff, eBay definitely. But even retail, it's hard. In my area, if you're not Chicago, you got to go down south to find things, and I'm not down south, so I basically have to rely on Amazon. Big Bad Toy Store won't ship to the Elite Legend. Entertainment Earth. I'm also banned from Ringside Collectibles, so it's hard for the elite.
Damn.
You got to get a PO box, bro.
Yeah, that's the way.
Definitely got to get a PO box. Like for my Big Bad Toy Store stuff, I have to order through an assumed name. Like my mother-in-law has to order for me. They know Ramona's name. They know the address.
That's horrible, dude.
Well, that's what happens.
We'll get to that because I'm curious about that too and how it all started. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So, growing up, did you read comic books and stuff like that too? Were you into the comics?
No, unfortunately, I wasn't able to. When I was growing up, I admired the comic books, but I wasn't. You had to choose what you got, and mainly I got GI Joes and now I realize the price point was just about right. You know, like I think they were like $3.
75 cents an issue. Oh wait, you're talking. Oh wait, I forget.
Yeah, Joe's. Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't get comic books. I would like secondhand. I would get them from my cousin, but I wasn't reading comic books as a kid. I didn't get into them until I was a teenager. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. And which were you, Marvel? I'm assuming, or
Marvel.
DC?
Yeah, because that's what I had access to, so I was drawn to Marvel. Silver Surfer, Spider-Man, Captain America. Those were generally what my uncle had, so that's what I read too.
That's what's up. Okay. Now, out of all the stuff, you've been around for a long time. What toy line do you think deserves more attention?
Jada is definitely showing.
I think right now Jada is probably like the figures of the year. To be honest.
I've been saying that when they came out with their, remember the Universal Monster figures? So when I saw those, I picked them all up, and now you see what they're doing with Street Fighter, and it just puts Hasbro to shame. Like they'll save the licensing fees, but they're still putting in minimal effort, getting maximum profit, and they're trying to keep the gravy train coming from the revenue that they were taking in when they had a captive audience during the pandemic, and that's why you see them. All those releases yesterday, they were all mega figures and 2-packs. Yeah. So they're charging you more.
I can't think of one person say a bad thing about Jada's toys, or at least the action figures. Yeah, right.
Yeah, she'll talk bad about it, but they're great. It's a great value. 20, like you can add the whole collection for like what, $300? Everybody,
yeah.
If you find it at retail, yeah.
And
I definitely agree that those figure releases yesterday were apt. Some people were like, nah, you know, there was a game before Marvel versus Capcom and all that. Yeah, and they're not wrong. But that I truly believe that yesterday was a direct response to how well those Street Fighter figures are selling.
Oh, yeah.
They have got to be noticing that. There's no way they're not.
Definitely.
Yep. So, Elite Legend, our friend Travis Moody is making a special request. Hector does the best Dusty. Come on, baby, if you will.
If you're good at something, don't do it for free, Elite.
Travis Moody, I go way back with Travis Moody. I'm from the SDCC fiasco where Viper Island stole his content. But living baby the dream here. Giving a shout out to Toy Kind of Mood. The Elite Legend has accused Mr. Moody of being a shill, which, if the shoe fits, wear, baby. But the dream is excited being here with Mr. Maximilian Talib Collectibles and Mr. Avi, our Action Figure Fight Club, on this beautiful Friday. And sending those super chats so we can see more of these scantily clad women showing their boobies and their breasts and the Ramona Dusty. Sorry, guys. Dusty got a little carried away there.
You know, one of the women's on the video is one of our co-hosts. She comes on our Tuesday show.
Yeah, I saw.
So now for you, in your personal ranking, Actually, before I ask that question, I actually wanted to make a comment about Jada Toys. I know they're killing it. I think they're figure of the year. I still don't think they're better than SHF Street Fighter figures, in my opinion. They're killing it. I think they're doing a great job, but I still think SHF still has like a better feel when I hold them in my hands and move
What's
them.
the
What's the price
what's
on
the-
those?
Yeah,
A lot
that's
more
what I was-
expensive.
That's what I was
Yeah,
about to
I mean,
ask.
bang for your buck, Jada, 100%. But like a good toy, SHF just feels better to me. Except for Bison. Bison SHF fucked up completely, and I don't know what the hell they did there. But like the Sagat, the Chun Li, Ryu, Ken, they killed it.
I paid up for a Hulk Hogan. I believe it was Storm Collectibles. I even reviewed it.
Oh,
It was a
that-
beautiful figure, but it just didn't hold up. It kept falling apart during the review, so I just ran with it. But the waist kept attaching, the legs kept falling off. But that felt it looked great, but it didn't feel great. Is that I've never had a SH Figuart, so I don't know.
Well, that was the Storm Collectibles. What you're talking about is the Storm Collectibles. And it was it a Hollywood Hogan?
Not the Hollywood. It was the classic red and yellow. The
Classic red and yellow. Okay, it was probably the same figure, just repainted.
Yeah.
I have the NWO version of it,
Mhm.
and it was a piece of shit. Like you said, the waist just keeps falling off. I put at this point, I put mine in the back of my NWO or Hollywood Hogan shelf,
Mhm.
and I just left him back there so he would just lean against like the backboard and wouldn't fall over. And then I just put other Hogan figures to just keep him upright, and I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm never touching this figure again. So yes, I 100% agree with you. But SHF, I just feel like it's still a little bit better. But again, Jada for the price point, killing it right now, and I would rank them as the number one figure or like the number one toy manufacturer this year.
This guy's so buttery smooth.
I see. I'm waiting for player 2 to hit targets now. I will never find him, so I'm hoping to find him online.
Yeah, I've never seen Street Fighter at Target.
Never.
The first time seeing Street Fighter retail are the ones at Walmart, but that's just Chun Li and Ryu, and they charge $30 at Target for some reason.
Yeah.
Dude, I found it was a Walmart sale. They were doing one of their online sales, and I found Chun Li and Ryu on their online sale for $10 each.
Oh wow!
I picked up a bunch. So if you need a Ryu and a Chun Li, I got you. Yeah. Let me just get to some of these super chats. Stu with a $2 super chat. Since Elite requested it, I got your back. Thank you for the $2.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play Talib's favorite video right now.
Oh no.
Oh no!
There's more winky faces coming, by the way. Not from Laser Pants, but from other people.
Oh.
And Clayton gifted 1 Figure Fight Club membership to Juke. Welcome to the crew. Clayton, thank you
You
very
get a
much.
laser
man.
pants, and you get a laser pants. And
You just need to keep it in your pants, Max. Calm down, man.
can't. It's that. You just get that
Clayton,
swoop.
Thank you very much,
Doesn't-
man.
I'll put some rum in my coffee. If you keep
He got,
showing that
he
laser
got,
pants.
he got me a censored on YouTube.
See, Talib's already feeling hot. You see that? That's why you want some rum.
I got a
LP
copyright
was
strike this
LP
week.
was he was screwing with Dr. Dre's money. Dre don't fuck around like that.
Oh, was
No.
that the, yep.
Go ahead.
You got
Go
a
ahead.
copyright strike this week, Elite?
Yeah, because the friggin' Laser Pants, the little music video that I did on him.
He was
I
playing
used,
that Dre, wasn't he?
I made a little music video because a shill inquiry has been opened on Laser Pants. He's been accused of shilling, so I have to investigate. And I started digging deep into Ryan, and I figured I'm gonna use some of this, some of the images that I was able to uncover. I put them to a music video. I used Rihanna's "Shine Bright Like a Diamond" or whatever the song is called, but it's a nice Asian lady that's singing it. So I figured I'd get past the copyrights. I put the video, I published it, it went through, and then 3 days later, copyright.
So
I
they'll
got some.
they'll go back to it. Yeah, days later.
Yeah,
I
they'll
got
go
some
back to it.
some secret information for you, for your ears only, Elite.
All right.
You know why he never talks about his job? Because he works for Hasbro.
Ooh.
But I heard he works for booths at toy shows for a competitor.
Well, we also know that
Yep.
he's shilling for Mayfex.
But reality.
No.
Let's just. Can you hold up that Spider-Man one more time?
Ryan sent you that, didn't he? Did Ryan send you that? Don't lie to us.
You know,
Tell us. You're in the hot
unfortunately, I
seat.
paid for it, and I hate it myself for doing it. But
Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna open it. You're gonna move it around a little bit. Then you're gonna realize it's like the best Spider-Man figure you ever owned. And then you're gonna be like, "Well, shit, I was wrong all along."
But it goes against the entire reason why I collect. And $50, I understand for the new collector that the poor schmuck can't get. You can't go on eBay and find anything for less than $50. So you're kind of backed into a wall, and you got to get this one. Like when I came into it, I was getting them for $17. Well, $17 for the modern Marvel Legends. They were like $8.50 with Toy Biz.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I only started collecting when they were like $20, so that's normal.
Everybody I've heard talk about that Spider-Man, nobody has had any complaints about him.
Actually, no, that's not true.
The price,
Oh.
except the price.
I've seen complaints on QC issues.
Okay, a few QC issues, but you're talking about, that's the majority has liked the figure. The price is the only thing that is just
And the redundant accessories that it comes with that nobody wants.
And the precedent that it sets, because if you think about, like, you've seen a lot of content creators, or a few that I saw, they're like, what are the top 10 Marvel Legends maximum figures that you need right now? And you think about it, you're like, okay, so let's get 10 of these guys. How much is that going to cost us now? And how much would it have cost us before? You put them in a Build-A-Figure wave, you're getting 7 figures. Sometimes you'll have 8 figures in the wave. One won't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, but you're still getting that Build-A-Figure. They've gone away from the Build-A-Figure, slapped you in the face, and gave you a whole wave with a mini comic book when we used to get a whole complete one, and we bought it up.
But that ROM has the shiny, nice ass.
Yeah, I'm
that
glad
ROM is a good figure.
Clang those cheeks, baby.
I'm glad they did, because remember the first Ultron had these paint apps, and then they make the second Ultron that they expect you to army build, and he's not even painted. I was fully expecting ROM to not come with this paint, but I was pleasantly surprised. But they could only give us one of these little blasties. Kind of silly.
Honestly though, I could do without the Build-A-Figure. I adjust the price to match not having that.
Yeah. They'll never do that.
That won't happen.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
I still want that what if Ultron, with all the Infinity Stones and all that. I really wanted that figure. Not enough to go hunt down, all the figure. I know you got one because you just said you got that America Chavez figure, but I know that I seen that at Ollie's the other day, and I was like, okay, I found 3 of them at Ollie's, and I was like, man, I bet if I dug, the other 2's here somewhere. And I'm like, you know what? I just don't want it that bad.
But at the end of the day, it's
all about the money.
all about the money.
I paid $8 for this giant piece of plastic, and he had his little wings that used to buzz. I don't think they buzz anymore, but I paid $8 for this. Look at the sculpting on this. I don't know if you can see it, but
yeah. When did you buy it?
A long time ago, like 2000.
Well, that's why.
This was 2000.
That's actually kind of cool. What is that?
This is Buzzing Beetle, Spider-Man Classics prior to the Marvel Legends. This is what you were getting in the kids line.
And it had a wind-up gimmick?
Yeah, it had a wind-up gimmick, and it would buzz. It was the Buzzing Beetle. But look at the paint on this, the sculpting, the articulation. Amazing. $8.
Yeah. I mean, again, just like everything else, everything goes up in price.
Yeah, those days are gone forever, my friend.
I mean, we could say the same thing about the homes.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Maximum still ain't a $50 figure, but
right.
Jada shows you that. Because I'm sure they have a licensing fee that they pay for Street Fighter. It's not as much as Marvel, but
You know, I need to take laser pen's wrenching power away. I should probably do that.
Laser
soon.
pen
Go ahead. What were you saying about
knocked
laser
me
pen?
out to YouTube. It's all starting to make sense.
See?
Legend has flown under the radar for so long. I make a video on laser pants and I get a copyright.
Yeah.
You hit it.
That's what happened to me the other. I was sitting there going through, and I was like, "Something's not right. What's going on with this video?" And I was like, "Copyright? What the shit?" And sure enough, Zakanan and laser pants. I'm like, I even sent him a message today. I was like, "Of course it was you."
I'm gonna have to confront Ryan again.
You may have to. Maybe tomorrow on their stream when they talk about DFW. But they won't talk about the number one customer who shows up at DFW.
The Elite Legend is
It's fine. It's fine.
God,
What'd
I
you
can't
do
wait
to
for DFW?
Well, I can't even talk about it.
It's in the agreement. So now let's talk about your favorite figures, right? What's your top 5 figures that you have in your collection?
That's hard. I always try to narrow down, but I see he even admits it. He's a bona fide Valishil, has a big old V on his chest. He takes the chest hair and he shaves it into the shape of a V. It's kind of creepy, but also kind of cool. You gotta give him points for that dedication.
And you know, since you're investigating him, you probably had pictures to show that.
I do have the pictures to show.
Yeah.
And
I knew it.
they're a little disturbing. But yeah, I try to narrow it down to like having 5 figures. Like people say, oh, if you got a 5, you're trying to save certain figures. Which ones do you get? And for me, it's the collective. When you have the addictive personality, you say, okay, I'm just going to get Spider-Man characters, and you start getting X-Men, you start getting Captain America related.
Just one more. Just need one more.
But if I had to say 5, I'd go with
Maximum Spider-Man.
I haven't had the opportunity to really do anything with the Secret Wars Captain America, but he kind of looks a little too much like a toy. So I would say 80th anniversary Captain America. I would say the Walgreens exclusive Punisher.
Okay.
The Daredevil on the Bucky cap. I feel the Bucky cap gets a lot of distracted by the comments. So the Bucky cap Daredevil. I think he was part of the Hobgoblin wave.
I think so, yeah.
So that's 3. The anniversary Thor. Was that 20th anniversary or 80th anniversary Thor? So 80th anniversary Thor, Daredevil, Punisher, Captain America 80th anniversary, and I can't say Maximum Spider-Man because I haven't held it, but I would say the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man.
Since you just have to smell it and then you're all about it. So
yeah,
take that big whiff and it's all you.
That anniversary Thor is God, that is such
a
great figure.
It's the Thor that I had wanted. There's certain characters that they just kept putting out and not giving you a definitive version. And
yeah, they did it with
finally that Thor came out. Could use a cloth cape, but that's not their thing. But imagine when we do get that maximum cloth cape Thor. I'll pay 50 for
maximum Thor.
Yeah.
You think it'll be wired?
No, it won't, because that'll be the maximum part 2. We'll get
that'll be
maximum.
The Super Max.
Yeah, maximum version 2.
Right now they got the Mega Deluxe. I thought that'll
be the Max Shilling Thor right there. That
a wired cape would be actually pretty dope on some of the legends. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah. Wasn't there? Isn't like with people are with doing with the McFarlanes, you can get like a wire to kind of like thread it into the cape if it's a
Okay.
certain soft goods. Just
I've seen a
DIY it.
lot of I've seen a lot of people even take the thin wire and glue it and fold it. Like they take the fabric glue and they fold it up and they just do it on
Okay.
the three sides and then you can mold it as how you want it. I mean, shit, I own some of the wire upstairs in my man cave. I'm just too lazy to. I just buy all the stuff and I was like, I'm going to do this one day and never do it.
Yeah, they've dipped into the cloth capes, but again, it's just a long piece of fabric. They did it with the Odin and the Bobby
Damn.
designed that Thor. Awesome.
True story.
But what were we saying, Elite Legend?
They did the there's a Doctor Doom and the Odin that have the cloth capes,
Okay.
but no wire, obviously.
Yeah, I've
I've
noticed.
never been a fan of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I noticed in the Star Wars Black stuff, they've been getting more and more soft goods. So I'm curious if that'll carry over into Marvel Legends, if we'll see it more.
Yeah, I really don't like soft goods on toys, but the cape does look good, and I've purchased a few. I ended up buying a wired cloth cape for a Doctor Doom figure, and I love it.
Yeah,
but that's the whole thing. Like, you got your $20 figure, now you're paying $25 for a cloth cape.
Yeah, I did the same thing with the MCU Moon Knight because I thought that design was pretty slick, and then got a cloth cape for it, and makes it
I actually
great.
have one here. I just didn't like how it came out. I put it on my Graviton custom, and I just knocked over a shit ton of figures. I just didn't like how this came out here. I felt it was kind of like cheapy.
Yeah.
You see it's like it just all raggedy right here, and it definitely wasn't a quality piece. I forgot who even made it, but it's nice and better.
Glebe and I are used to that. We collect Transformers. Everyone you buy has at least another $20-$30 that you can add on to it to complete all the shit that Takara Tomy and Hasbro didn't put on it.
That's why I got
right over my shoulder. That right there. There's like $100 worth of add-ons to that.
That's why I stopped getting Hasbro Transformers and just went third party.
Mm.
But yeah, I forget. I think I got the cloth cape on Etsy, I believe. I don't remember who it was, but it's. I mean, they hand make them, and it felt nice. And I don't think like the cape was it connected? Either way, it was. I think you just had to pop the head off and put it on and mess around with it. They also did a robe for Khonshu, for that Build-A-Figure Khonshu, because I built that because of all the shit that was at Ollie's. So I ended up building one of those and then getting that robe for it. Yeah, I paid extra for that robe, but it looks so much better with a soft goods robe than that piece of shit plastic one that it came with.
Yeah, 100%.
So figures like that, I would love to see more soft goods. But we'll see.
You know, I don't mind upgrading a figure if it's a good figure, like that 2-pack Doom. Now, I didn't want that Doom bad enough to buy a 2-pack, but I still want that Doom. I wouldn't mind throwing some. Yeah, they could have ditched that second character that nobody. I don't even remember what came with it. It was it Punisher or something? I don't remember it.
Wasn't the chick from that Miss Marvel movie?
Yeah. I actually wanted that one because it helps you finish out a team, kind of. But they still did force you to get the two of them if you didn't want the character. Obviously, I could see.
Are you talking about that superpowers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
wave pissed me off
figure
because I paid up for everything, and people were finding them at Ollie's. And
that's the Ollie's wave, yeah.
See, Ollie's is awesome for everybody else unless you're in Chicago. Ollie's out here, you find literal garbage in the aisles. Like there's nothing. I've never found anything at Ollie's. I'm gonna do a toy hunt review of Ollie's so I can show what's there. is basically a bunch of it's basically Star Wars. You have not the Pedro Pascal, but what's his name? The dude from Breaking Bad. There's like 1 million figures of him, Apollo Creed.
Oh yeah, the Bill Burr. I actually bought one of those Bill Burrs the other day because I couldn't find them in the tank, the AT-AT Commander outfit. So I was like, screw it. I want a Bill Burr. I need some Billy Bitch tits. You know,
basically MCU. That's it.
It's funny. Bill Burr talks shit about Star Wars, and he's in it.
But it's funny though, because I mean I think every Ollie's is a hit or a miss. So because in my area again, we have way too many damn collectors here. They're always hitting up every single day. The Ollie's, Targets, Walmart. So I just stopped going. I just go to toy shows now, just because it's easier to find.
Of toy stores in probably like hour radius from where I live in Ohio is insane. Like all of them banded together and made like a map, and you could travel to all of them.
That's
you
awesome.
can't find shit like
a UPS driver. You never have to turn left. It's just one solid.
You can't find anything.
Oscar's got a point to sniff test it.
Oh.
Tell him smell the toy. You smelled your fingers, so come on, man.
Do you guys remember
who did it right?
Were you asking, Elite?
Do you guys remember how Masters of the Universe used to smell? I remember about 10 years back, I had a few drinks and I took a shower, and Ramona had changed the liner of the curtain, the shower curtain, and I stepped into the shower and I was like, holy fuck. This is the exact smell of a Master of the Universe figure. And I almost cried. But I was like, Ramona! But
remember those old skunk ores?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like the bad smelling, the stink ore. It was just the way the plastic smelled when you opened the figure. I still remember the smell, and I hadn't experienced that until I was taking that shower after having a few drinks, and there was a brand new shower curtain liner. And I'm like, Ramona, we need to get this shower curtain liner again so I can smell it. And I guess you have to have intoxicating agents in your system to be able to experience that.
I remember that was one of the things about turtles that just like I remember opening. I only bought one Playmates turtle back in the day, soft head Donatello. It's the only one they had on the shelf, and that was in my budget at that time, and I bought it. And I remember opening that thing up and getting hit with that. It's like a propane that, you know, it's like when you tried to make napalm in your backyard back in the day.
You know, literally, I opened up the Blanca today, and it hit me in the face.
It hit you,
that plastic smell. It's like, holy shit, this thing smells like plastic. But it's probably, you know, that curtain you're referring to is probably made in the same factory. That's probably why you smell.
It was amazing. I just.
Jade is branching out.
It's like when I did the my one review of that the unboxing and the review of that Fans Toys Blur, and I pull it out of the package. I mean, that's fresh from some Chinese factory. It's still got lubricant on the damn robot for the joints. So I was like, oh, I gotta pause. I gotta wipe this sucker down. And then
you wait. All these pre-orders they're rushing in, trying to beat that 90 days.
Oh man,
man, there's gonna be forget sniffing glue, no more huffing paint. Just get you a bag, throw a couple brand new action figures in it, get you deep whiff. You're good for an hour.
No thanks, man. No thank you. Now let's kind of keep this. So you're big on anti-shilling.
Yes.
So my question for you is, what the hell is a shill?
A shill. Okay, so there's basically if you get it for free. not like say, Avi, I'm going to send you this figure. You're getting it straight from the manufacturer, and you're in a position to influence others to purchase that action figure, and your objectivity goes out the window because you want to keep that gravy train coming. That's a shill, and that's generally what I target.
So undisclosed paid advertisement, basically.
And a lot of times, it's not even like undisclosed. Like you can tell who the shills are. Like in wrestling, like today. Today you see about 15. Well, not 15. I'm exaggerating, but there was 3 content creators in the wrestling community that all posted the same figures because they all got them from Ringside Collectibles today. So generally, you're going to see those reviews. They're going to be very flattering. They're not going to mention any of the QC issues, which right now, with WWE switching from China to Vietnam, there's tons of QC issues. There's mixed matching paint. There's articulation issues, but they generally will glaze over that because their objective is to influence others and create the FOMO. So anybody that has an affiliate link, which I understand, if you're doing YouTube, you want to get the engagement, you want to get the clicks, you want to get the sponsorship, but I feel that there's a way to still be able to do that and be objective. Like Anthony's Customs, I've seen him get things for free and completely obliterate the item, and when you do that, generally you're not going to get the item for free anymore. So it's a double-edged blade. If you're in it for I just feel that you should be objective. If you're objective and understand that,
is Ringside Collectibles strictly a retailer, or do they produce items as well?
They actually produce items now. They made the Road Warrior figures. With the wrestling community, everybody's involved in it now. You have so many third parties doing the Hasbro scale, doing the LJN scale, and now they're moving into 6-inch scale. So Ringside got into that as well.
Okay. Did you get the Road Warriors?
Through my friend in Canada, because I can't order from Ringside.
Yeah.
But I don't have
them
yet.
Didn't they call it something else? They had a different name, didn't they? They didn't call them Road Warriors, but they were the
Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually not good figures. I own them and I don't like them.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I saw them. I just wanted to get them because of I just want the alternate attires so I can. We don't have the classic Superstar version ones in Mattel.
Mm-hmm. So a definition of a shill is someone who gets free stuff and is purposely trying to, I guess, sell the item to their following.
Yeah, trying to sell the item to their following, ignoring. And what pisses me off in the Marvel Legend community is that at a time when, like around 2022, when the prices started rising, when they started using less paint, cheaper plastic, that's when they started relying on the shills. They had exclusive reveals with certain YouTubers, like Black Suit Spider-Man went to one. The Captain America went to another person, and they had this little shill network, and nobody's saying anything about the prices. They're not saying anything about less articulation. They're not saying anything about the gummy joints. It took pretty much 2-3 years of people calling them out for being shills for them to admit that there's certain gummy joints. So then it's all marketing, obviously, but if you're gonna have influence, you should be objective. But obviously, if you want to keep the gravy train coming, you gotta play the game. I don't do that, so that's why I'm kind of ostracized from the community and banned from different toy groups. But hey,
I actually got free figures recently to promote on Instagram and social media, but it wasn't like for like a like a 6-inch figure. It was one of those like little small UFC things that everyone else has been posting. So I was like, oh, they got the same box in the mail.
I saw those at Walmart today.
Did you? They're already out.
Yeah, so they come in like little bags, little punching.
Yeah. So the whatever marketing company, they sent me a message, and I was like, you know what? This shit's not for me. I already know this, but I'll take it because I want to give it to my boss because he's a big UFC fan. So I was like, I know he'll love them. So I was like, I don't mind taking a photo and just showing it off, and then the box I'll give it to him. And I was like, because he'll love the hell out of it. So
it's fine to get stuff. Obviously, if you're going to get something for free, just be objective and not. One of the things is just some people take themselves way too serious. When you like take a look at Saturday Night Live, that used to be funny, right? Back in the day, comedy that used to be a thing. There's really no comedy anymore. I like to have a good time. I like to joke around, and if you're going to consider yourself to be a public figure, which a lot of these shills, they take themselves very seriously. They want to consider themselves to be a public figure. Satire, criticism, it comes with the territory.
It does.
If I'm going to lampoon you, you should, take it with a grain of salt and, keep it moving. The people that I continuously highlight are the ones that give me a reaction. Rhoda! So if you're going to take yourself so seriously to the point where, I've gotten a lot of nasty messages. I've gotten a lot of nasty emails. That a lot of times they'll send their fans after me. But I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. Take yourself too seriously. Maybe take a step back and realize that we're adults playing with toys, talking about toys, and just trying to have a good time.
Yeah. And that's honestly, that's the best way to put it, because we are all adults, and a lot of people try to take this hobby seriously, but again, they're toys. No, this doesn't go to the people who create stuff, because that's livelihood. That's a very different story.
Of course.
But the tubers out there, 100% agree with what you're saying, in the sense of, I mean, dude, just learn to take a joke, learn to take a punch too, just because, I mean, how many times people say shit to me? I mean, come on, let's just be upfront about that. So, and I'm not even big as, some of the names that show up on your videos.
Well, you're definitely on the radar now that you told me that you got some free stuff.
Dude, I have it right next to me too, and I will do pictures tomorrow.
Are you sure it was sent to you, Abby, and not sent to Shilly?
No, it was sent to me. It wasn't Hasbro.
That's Shilly.
You know what? I've given a little thought to this, and I can see how, it's, if you're a reviewer, a toy reviewer, you've got to constantly keep up with the YouTube algorithm, the almighty A that we all serve.
Mm-hmm.
That is not, you've got to keep paying out every week, twice a week, consistently.
Yep.
And I can see now I think there's different, I think this has been discussed before. I believe Chad made a whole video about it. There's some that I don't think deserve the name shill. I think they're just doing what they think is fun. That's why they don't talk about price. They're not going to talk about QC. They're just like, here's the figure and here's what I do with it. But I can see where it's kind of a trap, because by the time you really get into it and you've pushed out for these products and you're representing one of these companies, and you've got I know there's NDAs out there, you're trapped. You're not going to be able to talk. You can't say a word about this shit or it's all gone. And you're so deep in it. It's not just the free stuff that's gone. That's your channel's gone. That's your viewership is going to leave. You're at that point, put you on the payroll and just have the company logo over your name and just call it what it is.
Yeah.
But
anyway, I understand that, but sometimes they'll get into like today I was watching Maximum Hulk review. And obviously,
was it Talib's?
Was it Talib's? Yeah.
No,
He totally shilled
somebody
it.
that
Almost subscribe to me. I'm almost at a 400. Just
No, it was somebody.
Everyone-
Somebody that I highlighted my videos frequently, and I understand you want to be you want to try to get the item as fast as possible because being first is important, obviously. But he takes the time to justify certain things. Like you're not in the so he'll acknowledge that there's a lot of criticism on the figure right now, but then he'll go ahead and say, but when you think about it, this $60 Hulk, you can't get any other Hulk for less than $60 on the secondary market. So basically he's spewing their talking points because it's almost as if they told him, they give him a list of things to kind of run down. He's like, oh, and they say there's a lot of reuse, but actually the only thing that's reused is the legs and the
All
arms.
of it.
Just 50% of the figure is reused. Yes, it might be a little bit too much, but you have the option to buy it or not buy it. But I'm going to take all these cool pictures. I'm going to show you all this stuff, and you're a collector and you're addicted to this just like I am. And I'm going to create that FOMO still, and I'm going to make excuses. I'm going to try to use talking points to justify why they do certain things.
so I'm like 5 months into just reviewing stuff, and I think the biggest thing I'm trying to relay is just how I feel about something. And when I talk about it, I try to find the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So that's
fair.
the only thing you got to be is how truthful to yourself and to what you're looking at.
This is like a conversation I remember having with Anthony's Customs when he was on the show. As a reviewer, you need to be non-biased, right? So there's a lot of people out there who review figures, but a lot of them say, I only review figures that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm just like, wait, what's the point of the review? Like, you already like the figure. We know this now. So what's the point? Like, you're not giving us an objective opinion anymore. It's just more like, hey, I like this figure. You should too, and this is why.
And if you pay attention to Anthony's, like I always watch Anthony's reviews because I like him. He's my favorite reviewer, and you look at the comments, especially when there was when all the Maximum Spider-Man stuff was going on, people were just trashing him because he's objective and he basically doesn't feel that Marvel Legends are adult collectibles, pretty much. But there's a lot of people that they'll start to compare him to other YouTubers, and they'll be like, "Oh, I prefer such and such," because he never has anything bad to say, which is okay. And like you said,
how do you not just review? And I mean, I agree with Laser Pants. That's not a reviewer. That's a toy opener, and only buying the figures you want. But I only buy I mean, if you're
obviously,
I know. How do I say this? How do you be an actual reviewer and go through and just, how could you have that many toys? That's a lot of fucking toys. And you're going to review them all. It's mind boggling. I've seen some of these reviewers who are just like, they're stepping over shit in their house, and I'm waiting just one day to see the news report that toy tuber found under pile of
a lot of these toy reviewers buy the figures and then sell it right after.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and it's the chase too, like what Abby alluded to earlier. You're buying things you might not even like just to keep up.
Yeah,
and
that's also
then
true.
that might kill the fun of it, and then you might not want to review shit anymore because it's just you're soulless at that point when it comes to your videos.
Yeah.
There's a lot of soullessness.
Yeah.
Around these here parts are.
Yeah. Headcanon with a 2-month membership. Chat. What does a toy line that you love to have to do Let me try that one again. What does a toy line that you love to have to do to make you say, "I am done"? I have you, and have you ever reached that point with a line?
I got close with Marvel Legends, but I'm so deep into the game that
You're never done.
yeah, and you're never really done. But I'll tell you what, if we get to the point where it's $30 for a standard Marvel Legend, that's when I'm done.
I think that's now though, right? I mean, isn't the normal figures now $30?
Not yet.
$24.99 basically.
I thought the starting from Spider-Man Gamerverse, that's all $30 now.
That's Spider-Man. No, you're talking about the Spider-Man, the Toby Black Suit Spider-Man. That was $30, but it was
Well, even the
deluxe.
Gamerverse stuff was 30.
No, it was all
30
$25.
bucks. It was on Amazon with $30.
I think that was when things were weird,
Okay.
but they weren't 35 everywhere. I think on Hasbro they were still $24.99 on Pulse.
Okay. Because
LP says they're $24.99.
Yeah.
when I got this
MSRP.
for $35, I'm not paying $30 for a standard Marvel Legend. Like, there's
Maybe
no
that makes
way
sense.
you tell me this is $30. Like, nothing's gonna make me pay $30 for this.
It's
That's
on clearance at my Walmart for $7.99.
I only go to Ollie's for Marvel Legends, to be honest. Now, I like this question from LP as well. How many times have you been threatened with violence?
Usually every time Bug sends me a message. So, see, Bug mentioned that he's in the shape of his life, and he mentioned how he's outside, and which in hood terminology, I'm outside means I'm out in those streets, and you're gonna catch these hands if I see you. Which basically
Is that what it means in hood?
Basically in hood lingo. So
step off the porch thing.
Yeah, step off the porch. He's like, I ain't gonna do it in public. I ain't gonna do it on the internet. But if I see you in the streets, I'm outside and I'm stupid. And then he said he's in the shape of his life, which I took as a threat. So when I was faced with that, I decided, I was like, geez, I got to start losing weight. So since Bug threatened me, I've lost about 30 pounds. So he's in the shape of his life.
Congratulations.
So
That's
the
fucking
Elite
awesome.
Legend has to get back in shape. If you watch my old videos, the Elite Legend not only has grown as a person, inside and outside.
And I'm sure
I'm taking some of the
Ramona.
weight off.
I'm
Because
sure
of the-
Ramona appreciates that too, right?
Yes, she does. She does. Yeah, but I've been threatened with violence. It's nice.
I'm sorry you've been threatened with violence. That's not a good thing.
That's not someone with a name nice. That's not
Yeah, it
a
makes
way
him
to be
makes you
nice.
think he's Boogie mean. Boogie not
Yeah.
so nice.
Gosh,
Poor guy needs to take a chill pill, but he's eating olives. He's in a completely different tax bracket. So I'm going to leave Boogie alone.
what is that? I don't know what that means. Sorry, I actually don't know Boog that well, to be honest. I only recently discovered him, so.
After one of my last videos a few months back, I kind of came at him a little hard. He made a post on Instagram. He's like, y'all out here causing drama, but I'm just having the time of my life. And he has a big bowl of olives in front of him. And somebody's like, wow, Boogie, you're eating olives. You're like in a whole different tax bracket.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so.
And here's another question from LP, which I was also going to bring up later when you had mentioned it. Why can't you order from Ringside and BBTS anymore?
So Ringside Collectibles, like we say, when you're trying to create content, you want to be first. So I was doing wrestling reviews at the time. I paid for expedited shipping on several items, and I have friends in the community that actually ordered the same items that live near me, and they got their items like 2-3 weeks before me, and I'm still waiting for my shit. So I reach out to Ringside Collectibles, and they say, "Oh, we're gonna post it." Blah 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 blah. So the Elite Legend contacted his bank and had them reverse the charges. Ringside says all sales are final, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get your money back. I got my money back. and they basically banned me for life. So I can't order anything. Like my credit card, IP ban, address, and this is a time when I was living directly in the city. I moved into the country, and they still. And the thing about Ringside Collectibles is like they'll post their items like on Target, on Walmart, on Amazon. If I try to sneak something through and order it, they'll cancel the order. I just recently tried with Kane figure on Amazon. They canceled that order.
Damn,
Walmart can't get anything from Ringside. Big Bad Toy Store, they didn't like my "those bros don't ship" memes during the pandemic. I had like a picture of the what are those called, the containers, and I had a meme and it said "those bros don't ship," and I would add that into every one of my videos. And then I started realizing that all my Big Bad Toy Store orders were also being canceled.
Mm-hmm.
That's
they have no sense of humor over it.
I gotta put this up. Straight up carnies.
Ringside is straight up carnies, and if you're still watching Travis Moody, I noticed that Travis Moody has gotten into the good graces of Mattel and Ringside Collectibles. See if you could take me off of the banned list from Ringside Collectibles, because I'm tired of paying eBay. I'm tired of having things sent to my mother-in-law's house.
So here's the thing. So I'm going to be sending a message to Ringside, seeing if I could get on their discount list too, so I could get a code from them. So stop putting that on the screen, Max.
Well, when you get into their good graces, tell them that the Elite Legend apologizes, and that was like 12 years ago.
I will 100%.
Bygones, and let
I'm sorry.
I used to spend a lot of money with Ringside Collectibles.
Sorry.
No, I agree. And, dude, I mean, again, I spend a shit ton of money with Ringside Collectibles, especially with the fact that when they do their sales, like their pay-per-view sales, dude, I just go out there and buy like all the cheap shit because it's all marked down like crazy. And I was like, all right, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't really need this, but it's like $3. I'm going to buy it. So, and then go ahead.
I'm just gonna tell Necatronus, what's wrong with carnies? Man, I grew up with carnies. They're good people.
He is a carny. Max, not Nico. Sci-Fi George with a $5 super chat. Elite Legend, did Dan Who trade you that Maximus Spider-Man for the Engine of Vengeance with the early bird head?
I have proof. Pictures. Video. I'll post it.
Do you guys remember during the whole Engine of Bullshit fiasco, Dan Who made a video when the Engine of Vengeance did not get funded, and he cried.
Wow. I didn't see that.
I'm not using hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating. He cried. He shed tears. He said that people complaining in the community ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined it for everybody. I wanted this Marvel Legend in my collection, and you ruined it. And tears are running down my eyes. And very soon,
it could have been wonderful.
Now, did he buy the Ramen Toys one to fill that void?
I try not to watch his videos. I generally watch like the first couple of minutes of his video, and then I get disgusted and I change the channel.
Wait, before we keep going, Sci-Fi George, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. You get a video.
Oh, would you look at that? A super chat. But let's keep it going. I like the energy. Let's keep it up.
More super chats.
Right.
Elite needs super chats. Come on, people.
Super chats.
Dusty needs those super chats.
I need to get a Dusty one, dude. That would be so fun.
I'm here with my cowbell. If this bell actually had a little bell inside of it, but Jack Pacific didn't give us an actual bell that makes noises, you would hear it ringing whenever the super chat would come on, baby. That's funky. That's the American dream. There you go, baby. More super chat.
Max, you have everything at your desk. You have instruments.
You really do.
You have bells.
You have
cookies.
No idea.
No, it's fine, mate. I'll be okay.
What you need, baby? I got you.
Now, so we talked about shills. I guess so. Let me ask this other question about shills. So the typical people you mentioned Boog, you kind of mentioned Dan Who as well. Now, I've seen Shartimus, I've seen D Amazing, I've seen Robo, as well. So why do you think they're shills too?
D Amazing will never.
Is a really good person, but I know him personally.
Well, yeah, and he's a good person. He's never said anything negative about me, but he's never also said anything negative about any action figures that's ever come across his screen.
You got to talk to him in person too, though. Like he'll tell you negative things about.
But he doesn't say it on the actual review. And when you have that large of an audience, you should be objective. And one of the things that was going on with the Maximum Spider-Man, he was one of the first people to get his hands on it. He didn't do certain things that the figure can't do. And people like to compare things. They'll trash Anthony because they say they prefer The Amazing. And one of the ways that they'll compare them is like, oh, The Amazing is a better reviewer because he doesn't say anything negative. Like that doesn't make you a better reviewer. That just makes you, better at confirming or basically letting you reinforce your reasons for buying a certain item, which it's obviously he's been successful with it. I really don't mess with him. My main targets are Shartimus, MCU Collector, Boog Nice, and Robo.
Shartimus is also a friend of the channel. We bring him on. We've brought him on before, and I do plan to bring him on again one day. But regardless, I mean, no, it's fine. I mean,
he's done things that are quite unsavory in the community, and he knows about it.
I don't think he was a fan of the Hulk either, the Maximum Hulk. He didn't like it.
Initially, he was, but he kind of changed that opinion.
I've never really looked at like D Amazing. I really don't really even count him. Like I've got the people that I look at for reviews. D is, and admittedly, I'm kind of new to him. Yes,
it's amazing.
Yeah. Kind of like with Sir Dork. It's I know who I can go to see some cool poses because I'm kind of like Laser Pants. I suck at posing my shit. Damn.
I didn't think you were going to say that out loud. We talked about this many times, but
you got to practice. You got to get it loosely goosey. Sometimes you got to give it the old huck to it.
Oh, not the hawk too.
Gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
No.
She went far too, didn't she? Good Lord.
She disappeared, didn't she?
Dusty actually, he didn't invent the Hawk Tua, but he was using Hawk Tua on Elite Legend Toys and Collectibles about 4 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. The old Hawk Tua. Basically, when you got a little joint and it's a little stuck, you gotta Tua, and that was Dusty's little line.
Bringing up Dusty, one of the things I was wondering, I was listening to your most recent video today. How many takes does it? Because you're going through different voices, and it's one take. Okay,
one take.
Oh, he's a pro at it. You need to give me a super chat with Dusty. I would love that. So I could play it with people, especially when like LP sends me like a super chat. I'll play it then. I feel weird playing his own wink back to him too. So
I gotta tell you, to Elite, I miss the old days. The Power Director logo up in the corner, and just like the chock full of just God, they were great, dude. Seriously, you kept me sane we had to do lockdown during COVID. You
I appreciate that. It was fun, man. It was just insanity, and I'm gonna bring it back. I reassembled the cast. I found Dave. I found everyone. I found Shang-Chi. I found Namor. Marsha. For some reason, she has like yellow staining on her. I don't know what happened, but the whole crew is back, and we might have some new blood once Pedro hits. Fantastic for Pedro. Yep. But it was fun doing those reviews. I'm gonna bring them back.
Yeah,
you could tell too. You could tell that you had fun.
Yeah.
That's
So headcanon is saying, in my opinion, his opinion is that if you get free stuff or hope to get free stuff by doing enthusiastic reviews, you are a shill. If you do enthusiastic reviews just because you're just because you're overbiased fan.
I want free shit.
So just to respond to that, hey Bobby Vala, dude, I love your figures. They're the greatest thing on earth. Best figures of all time, much better than Classified, much better than Marvel Legends, much
Bobby
better than
Vala's
the
man.
WWE figures.
I've never purchased a Valaverse figure.
How many do you own?
Would you like to?
None. I don't have any Valaverse. I've never collected that. My scale is 3 3/4.
Got you.
But Bobby Vala reached out to me a few months ago and told me that he was a fan of my content, which was pretty cool. Definitely didn't get anything like that from Emily, but kind of Emily was she used to be a staple on my thumbnails when I was doing the G.I. Joe videos. But she walked into that when she dropped that pronouns, please. That's when she became a fixture.
Is she like a Hasbro person? Because I don't know. I have no idea who the fuck
She's the
Emily is.
director of global marketing for Hasbro. Every time they have layoffs, it's promoted.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
Shit, I want her job.
She's the face of the Hasbro streams because nothing says the face of a nostalgia-driven toy line aimed at 40-plus males like a. I'm not even going to be mean, but nothing's like a young lady named Emily that's probably about 33 years old. That's the face of a nostalgia line for men. And fittingly, during San Diego Comic-Con, she'll tell people to introduce themselves with their pronouns.
And he knows this stuff because he's a private detective.
No, she did it.
I can definitely
pronouns, please. She wanted everybody to introduce themselves with their pronouns.
Yeah, I never understood that personally.
It doesn't matter, but you're right. She doesn't know, and you know you can always kind of tell that she just kind of forced it. Like I got my own issues with Classified and my own complaints, and some other people have their problems with Lenny, but you can tell Lenny loves Classified. You can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in what he wants to do. And then you see him just like, if you catch it, it's like seeing that, like you ever seen that movie, John Dies in the End? You just see that little bad guy just out of the corner of your eye. That's how you see the ghosts. It's the same way if you watch when Emily starts talking, when Lenny's talking about a dreadnought or something he's wanting to do. And Emily's just like, just get okay, fine. We're just go over there. Yeah,
I like two of the guys that are the Transformers designers. You can tell they love what they do and how big of nerds they are when it comes to.
I like two of the guys they fired.
Which ones?
That punk rock dude, the one who had all the piercings. He seemed like a good dude, and he did.
I think he does. I think he does toys for somebody else now, a third-party company.
I hope so.
I know G.I. Joe Hasbro fired the real life. What did I call him? Live action Dr. Mindbender. Remember the guy with all the goth rings?
Yeah, I think that's who Max is talking about.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Corey, is that his
Corey?
name?
Yeah,
Corey.
Corey.
He was the man.
Yeah, he works for Skeletron. Yeah. There, Chad just said it in the chat.
I named him live action Dr. Mindbender.
Goth, not punk rock. Yes, apologies. Especially seeing how I was, I still wear black most of the time. But yeah, I mean, he cared. He did some great sculpts. He had some. He got some good figures under his belt.
Yeah,
and then just all of a sudden, poof, you're gone. Yeah. But Emily's still fucking there.
Yeah, she continued to rise. She's their diversity warrior. That was even the name of that just like you see Elite Legend Toys and Collectibles. It had Emily, whatever her last name is, and it said diversity warrior for Hasbro. I guess when you're doing a nostalgia-driven toy line for adult males, that's what they want to see. Like I want to see Sergeant Slaughter. I think Sergeant Slaughter, while he's still alive, he should be the face of GI Joe on those Hasbro Pulse streams.
I want Sergeant Slaughters to not be called, his people not to be called Mad Marauders. That instead of
Sergeant Slaughter lives 40 minutes from me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm also part of the Cobra Clutch crew too.
I want to meet Sarge, but I want to put him in the Cobra Clutch. The Elite Legend doesn't do jobs for anyone.
I don't think he'll let you do that. But his assistant or the guy who chauffeurs him around will take like 55 photos of you and him together. That's literally it's like Jesus Christ. He just kept going.
I want him to put.
I think we're getting the Sergeant Slaughter heel figure. Didn't somebody? I think somebody released some.
Oh yeah, with a beret. He has a beret.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like
Are you talking
Vince
about classified
McMahon's
or
revenge for?
Yeah, it's classified. It's kind of based off
doing the GI Joe without his permission.
I think it's a little bit based off the Warthog driver, Sergeant Slaughter.
Is it a?
Or no, not that one.
Or is that a custom?
Yeah, it's classified. It's supposed to be in the 2-pack with Mercer.
Yeah. Okay, because I know, what is it? Chris from Grindhouse Toys has a print, like a vest you could do. Yeah, it's right here. Toyomic Displays is talking about it. It looks so dope. He has like a 3D printed set for that. You get the hat, the Cobra logo emblem, and you get a belt, a Cobra belt, like championship belt.
Yeah,
that was the heel Slaughter.
Yeah, I've seen those.
That Vince was pissed off about because he did that contract with Hasbro, so they made him the bad guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was all during the first Desert Storm and all the Saddam Hussein crap,
right?
And made him go around with.
He was with the Iron Sheik, I believe.
The Iron Sheik,
and General Adnan, who was actually real life, I believe, cousin of Saddam Hussein.
No shit.
Yeah, General Adnan, the wrestler.
Interesting.
God, that. But no, what I'm talking about are actual leaks that they had of they're doing their own figure of it.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like Talib said, it's coming out with Mercer.
Yeah, it's based off of. I wanted to say it was the Warthog Sarge, but no, they did one later, maybe in the 90s. I don't know. I'm not the best at that time period of Joe, but it's
Chad would know.
I know he's in the chat. I'm waiting for him to correct me.
I do want to.
And
go ahead. What are you saying?
Well, I was just going to say, and so Elite was saying how he collects 3 3/4, but he doesn't collect Bobby Vallis stuff because it's not in his wheelhouse or it's not his size. But Chad has been sending out hints.
It's about to be
Facebook.
his size,
right?
Yeah,
that's the rumor. DFW.
The rumor is there's going to be 3 3/4 Valaverse figures coming out.
Yep. So you might have to dip your toes, Elite.
If you suck hard enough, he might send you some free figures too.
We might have to become a Valis show.
Exactly. You and LP could bunk together.
That'd be great. You get on Wednesday's show with LP, and you guys could just suck that Valacock off.
Damn. It's so funny, dude. I might have to bring you back because it's already like almost 11 o'clock, and I have a shit ton of more questions. And we never even covered wrestling yet, and that's like a whole. It's like another hour.
We tickled it a little.
That's
bit
all he's
Sergeant
been
Slaughter.
talking about for a week. He's like, I get to talk wrestling, and Elite's gonna be here.
I have an expansive collection of wrestling. I love it.
Dude, we might have to do a part 2 for this, to be honest. But because we do have a members only tonight too, and I don't want to make it too late for him because he's staying up for it.
Right.
But I do want to ask another question. And now this is kind of touching on the next segments I had of questions on YouTube. What made you decide to get on YouTube and start doing videos?
Well, I wanted whenever you collect, like it's. Being an adult collector, it's kind of isolated because I don't know anybody else like in real life that collects Marvel Legends. I have some friends that collect wrestling figures.
Okay.
But generally, you want to share things that you're passionate about with others. So I wanted to go on. I went onto YouTube because I was banned from the. Remember when there was like chat boards and message boards? There was this face called Wrestling Figs. Well, believe it or not, I was banned from there for life. I got the IP ban. But I wasn't
allowed anywhere. Reoccurring
why?
problem.
Yeah, why is this a reoccurring problem?
You're the reason. So I wanted to be part of a community. I wanted to, share my passion. And just like I said, if you watch my old videos, you would think that I was a shill because I didn't have anything bad to say because I got what I actually wanted. I got a $20 action figure that did what it was supposed to do. It helped me build a big collection. I didn't have to break the bank to do it, and I just wanted to share it with others. And then I ended up. Ramona showed me that she could do like different things with the editing software that we had. We had the free version of Power Director, and I would get a lot of shit for. They're like, "Oh, pay for the rentals." I was like, first off, I don't have Patreon. I don't have channel members.
Never pay for it.
I don't have channel members. I don't have Patreon. If you want to send me money so I could buy the paid version, fine, do so. Until then, you're going to get the free version. And I'll take my free video and I'll put it up against the high production value ones. And I guarantee you're going to have a better time with my video, my old videos. So Ramona showed me stuff that she could do. And I started doing the Masters of the Universe video, which I do. I collect Masters of the Universe Origins. I forgot to mention that. I started doing the Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe Classified, wrestling, all that stuff, and I just had a good time doing it. But it took a while to actually become part of a community. Just recently, the Elite Legends started actually having friends on YouTube after being like a villain for such a long time. It's good to actually be accepted somewhere. And I'm going to be like Dan.
Switching it up, you're going to be the good guy now?
I've always considered myself to be a good guy that does bad things, stir the pot. But I don't feel that I'm mean spirited. But I just try to have a good time doing what I do. Whether it's a commentary video, whether it's a review, whether it's an unboxing, I just want to put my own spin on it and have fun doing it.
Well, you've been doing a lot of live streams with other crews. Are you looking to do that in the future?
Actually, I am. I gotta get a PC because I'm doing it on a laptop. I just realized I got to get a PC. I got a microphone. I just got to figure out a time when to do it.
That's one of the hardest things is time slot because there's so many good shows that I like to watch, and you don't want to step on toes, but you don't want to step on toes and you still want to be seen. And there's a lot of competition out there. Or
hey, listen, Wednesdays and Saturdays around 7:00, you're good to go. Don't do it.
Shit, that's not true either. That's also
go head to head with laser pants. I'll get crushed, but
it's hard to find a channel. It's very difficult to find something to go on YouTube because we're debating about the third show as well, and it's just like when is the time to do it? But we'll see. Everything is up in the air, dude. I mean, I hate doing this, but we do need to cut it for members only. I think I want to bring you back though. This was awesome. It was a lot of fun chit chatting, and we still have a lot of bases to cover, so I think we need to have a part 2.
Definitely. I enjoyed it. I thank you for bringing me on. It was nice seeing Talib, seeing Maximilian, and I appreciate the kind words, Max. I didn't know that you had followed my previous videos.
Our director for life. Never pay them fucking corporate swine.
He wouldn't shut the fuck up about it for the longest time too. It was like, dude, I get it, man. I get it. Just calm down.
Hey, they were fun. You know what? They were fun. That's it. I didn't give a shit about half the figures you were talking about, and I'm just like, Lee's gonna get on here, and I'm gonna get to see censored titties and hear Ramona and Dusty Rhodes, all that. That was just, it was fun, and it was. What the best thing is that it was never about anybody other than just you and the toy.
Yeah.
And that was fun. I liked them. I'm not going to apologize. I liked them.
And it feels like it added layers, at least for me. It actually took a bad figure and gave it some type of character and a place in my collection. Like I had Scarlet, and the figure was addicted to crack, and she was always stealing things to pawn. And her and Breaker did some nefarious things. And
and your little diorama setup was fantastic.
Yeah, you had Dave telling people to stop purchasing action figures. He was an avatar for Ramona or anybody that has a Ramona that tells you to stop buying action figures. So had little storylines. It was a good time, and I'm going to bring it back, so stay tuned.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's what's up, man. Again, dude, I will reach out to you and definitely have you back. Zakaden, thank you very much for the YouTube link for Elite Legend. It's also in the description, guys. I have his YouTube and Instagram. Definitely check him out. Again, you get to know the man behind the scenes in a way. So here he is. He pokes fun, but it's just to have fun.
Right.
And that's really what it's about. It's never to be, unless Boog threatens you again, then I'm sure that might be.
I'm in the shape of I'm not in the shape of my life. I'm getting there.
30 pounds is no joke, dude. That's awesome.
Right.
That's something you should be bragging about. So that's for damn sure.
Feels good.
Look at what it's done for Chad. I mean, you've seen the before picture.
I think he's more of an asshole now.
Round 1, fight.
Bring back Fat Chad.
Chad back. Let's start a petition.
I prefer thick.
I know he didn't lose that weight. He just sent it to me.
Dinner Chad is too toxic. Too rage baiting.
Damn.
Listen, try not to get banned between now and next time you come.
Is that his BBTS affiliate link that's redacted and banned?
File not found.
Or ringside.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to say ringside, Abby, because you're trying to get him.
No, I mean, but he's banned, not me.
I'll say one wrestling related thing. Back in the day when Sergeant Slaughter, remember, he turned heel during the Gulf War. When he wanted his country back, he did that impassioned speech. He's like, "I want my country back." Big Bad Toy Store, Ringside Collectibles, please reinstate the Elite Legend.
Wait, do it again. Go ahead. Do it.
Big Bad Toy Stores, Ringside Collectibles, I want my toys back.
I see it in your eyes.
I do too, and everyone in the chat should clip this and repost it, and tag BBTS, tag Ringside. Make sure let's get Elite Legend unbanned. Let's do that.
It came from the heart.
Let's get him unbanned. Let's try this out.
The Elite Legend needs to. I'm tired of paying scalpers. I'm tired of meeting people in shady parking lots and in behind urinals. The Elite Legend needs my toys back. Ringside, Big Bad. Let the Elite Legend buy your items.
Let's do it. Let everyone clip it, tag them, put it on Twitter, or sorry, X,
TikTok, Instagram, all of them.
Instagram, all the socials. And make sure to tag him, tag BBCS and Ringside. And go ahead.
I was going to say, Impossible Pie just asked how he got banned. You'll have to check the replay.
Replay crew.
Yeah, he did definitely talk about it, so definitely check out that replay. Thank you, Talent. That was nice of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
And then for members only, we're going to go live with Toyomic Displays. This is one of the items I'm giving away. There's another one that you get to pick. Ooh. And for all the Valor shields out there, this is a Steel Brigade Desert Steel Brigade.
This will not be one of the giveaways.
And spicy pictures of Ryan Laser Pants.
No.
I've got all of them.
Just keep watching
in 4K.
Damn.
Max, I want Jenna or whatever other thickie Bobby has. Show all those. We don't need any more laser pants.
Hey, I was gonna say the private eye over here has probably got the pictures.
when you need good reference when you're trying to replicate the head in painting. So it's all reference pictures, people. Figure study.
I keep forgetting Max has LP's head. That's right.
Soft and beautiful.
Again, Elite Legend, thank you very much for coming on. We're gonna set something up for part 2 because I think we need it. You're the first guest that needed a part 2 actually like this. This is pretty dope. I like that. I enjoy that. Again, thank you for being on. Thank you to the chat who's here supporting us all the time. Thank you to the replay squad, and thank you to the new members. Definitely tune into the after show. It's going to be in like 10 minutes, and we'll see you guys there. Any closing words?
Oh gosh, we all just went silent.
I know.
Make mine. Oh, come on.
What?
Make mine Figure Fight Club.
There you go. Yeah. Peace out, guys.
Take care.
I can't end the show yet because I forgot to talk about next week.
Oh my gosh.
Next week, we have another guest on.
Join the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around. Any drink will do. And Figure Fight Club, we welcome you.
So Patriot Force is going to be joining us next week, next Friday. Their Kickstarter just went live today. That means you know whose figure you could buy, at least pre-order.
And those are 3 3/4, right?
No, they're 6 inch.
Oh, okay. They're one.
Yeah, they're 1/12 scale. So you could definitely buy those. Their Kickstarter has started, so they went live today. We'll have them on next week, and then yeah, that's what I wanted to promote. Okay, now we can say goodbye. Max left already, so there he is. Thank you again, Lee Legend. I appreciate it. We're gonna do a part 2 just so we can have you back and talk more. This was a lot of fun, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out,
guys.
Bye.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club. Stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just to see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.